About 3 years ago that I fell, and by accident, because they x-rayed me, I fell down some steps. And they said the right hip is very, very bad. This was 3 years ago. But the system, the doctor looked at it, but just filed it. So nothing was done until about a year later, when I phoned the doctor and said, look, it's causing me a lot of grief. Can you please write me up for paracetamol? Because in our country, you can only buy 2 days supply from one shop. So I had to go racing around about 3 or 4 shops to get enough to last me the week. And it was at that point, only at that point, that they realised that, and they referred me. So that was 2 years ago. So after 2 years, I get my my letter saying I've got an appointment to go and see the orthopaedic surgeon. This was January this year. By that time, my work was reducing because I couldn't walk very well. I couldn't do long shifts. I was having difficulties doing short shifts, so financially, I wasn't working or reducing my work, which was a problem. So then January this year, I've got to say, all-time low. I mean, financially, I was being hit. Physically, I was in a mess. Emotionally, I'd had a loss the previous year, so that was very bad. So my mental health was just down in the dumps. So I just couldn't go any further, really. Then I had my appointment. I went to my appointment. Great guy, lovely. He said, yes, the only answer is a hip replacement. So I said, fine. And he said, 2.5 years. I didn't think I could feel any lower. That pain that I'd be going through and everything, and having to wait another 2.5 years. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be here. Whew. Let's get it back now. Sorry. So that was a blow. So then I looked at the private sector within Britain. And quite frankly, I looked all the way up and down the country. Scotland, England, Wales, and there really wasn't anything less than 5 months. And that really meant that I had to write off a year. And I thought, well, I can't write off a year. I'm just existing now. I can't just write off a year. And then on my searches on the internet, Lithuania came up. Scared the hell out of me, I must admit. I didn't even know Lithuania existed. Let's be honest. It's not a place, although I knew the name, it's not a place I'd known about. Now the beauty of this was that they offered me a date within the month. And that was just unbelievable. The other very important part about the Lithuanian offer was the offer of rehab. So that was it. And all of a sudden, it was here. That was it. Flights booked, done, booked. Wow. What on earth have I done? Scared the living daylights out of me. But we did it. We're here. We arrived. Very, very nervous. This was just totally new. I'm in a different country. I don't know anybody. And this guy comes up and actually tells me that he can actually do something to make it better, and that the other one is not as bad. The news he came up with was so practical, so complete, and so positive. Because my concern was that they might be able to do something, it might reduce the pain, but it's not going to get me back on top form again. Yet he was clear with his explanation that he had a plan A and a plan B, and that his aim was to deal with it. It was just so refreshing. So if that came on my face, well, yeah, he deserved it. It was just so refreshing. He really kind of made my day. The day of the operation, standing on my feet, with the, I had the crutches then, I got told off by my physio because it had to be the stander. But yeah, I thought, wow, what's this? Now, this guy, I'm calling him V, because he said I can, because his name's difficult to pronounce. But what a guy. What a guy. Obviously he enjoys his job. He's obviously very good at his job. I think the second day, he had me walking up the stairs. Had me walking down the stairs. So with my hip now, the physical side, and the actual improvement I've made on the physical side, I can now face both the financial side and the emotional side, which is going to improve without a doubt the mental health side. This is the first step to recovery, and what a big step, a very big step.